Hello, I am Flash Isaac, and you are welcome to the Flashlearners series, where we solve past and likely questions for your examination. And at the end of this series, your life will never remain the same because I shall be releasing a whole lot of episodes. In this series, I will be making use of the Flashlearners application. Simply visit Google Play Store or flashlearners.com to install the app. Are you watching on YouTube? I've shared the link to both the mobile and desktop app below. Download and let us begin. Find the volume of a cone of radius 9 cm and vertical height 14 cm. Find the volume of a cone. This question requires your knowledge of the formula for calculating the volume of a cone. The volume of a cone is simply V equals 1/3 pi r squared h. This is the formula for calculating the volume of a cone. Pi is constant. Normally, you'll be asked to take pi to be 22/7. Whether you are given or not, that is the value of pi. R represents radius, and the volume of cone says that you should square radius. Meaning, if you are given radius to be 2, you square it to have 2 squared. 2 times 2 is equal to 4. Then height, you may be given the height. In this question, let's see if we are given radius, height, and pi. Of course, we don't care if they give us pi or not. We are told that find the volume of a cone of radius 9 cm. So radius R is equals 9 cm and vertical height 14 cm. So we are given the height of the cone. Height H is equals 14 cm. So V is equals 1/3 times 22/7, which is pi, times 9 squared, which is r squared, times 14, which is the height. This is the same thing as 1/3 times 22/7 times 81 times 14. 9 squared is 81. You can solve this in different ways. You can decide to break them down, or you multiply directly. Anyhow you do it, you should get 1188 centimeter squared. Cube rather, volume is in cube. So 1188 centimeter cube is the volume of the cone of radius 9 cm and vertical height 14 cm. Look at the next question. Calculate the radius of a circle whose area is 154 cm squared. Calculate the radius of a circle whose area is 154 cm squared. Circle. When you are dealing with circle, the area of a circle is equals pi r squared. That is the area of a circle. In this case, we are given the area A to be 154 centimeters squared. And we are given what? Pi. Pi is constant to be 22/7. We are asked to look for the radius. From this formula, we have area, we have pi. The only unknown is radius, which implies that we can comfortably look for the radius. How do we do that? Let's substitute the given values into the formula. So area is 154 centimeters squared. Instead of A, we have 154 is equals pi is 22/7 times r squared. This is the same thing as 154 is equals 22r squared over 7, because 22 times r squared is 22r squared. What else? This is the same thing as 154/1. When you are given two fractions separated by equal to sign, what to simply do is cross multiply. So long, no other addition, no subtraction or anything going here, nothing here. It's just this and this. You cross multiply. How do you cross multiply? you simply say this times this is equals this times this. In this case, 154 times 7 is equals 1 times 22 arrow squared. 154 times 7, that should be 1078 is equals 22 arrow squared. Now, let's try to get arrow squared. How do we do that? We divide both sides by 22. When you divide here by 22, you divide here by 22. In mathematics, when you are dealing with equations, what happens to one side should happen to the other side. What is good for the goose is also good for the gander. That's how it is said, right? So 22 divided by 22, you get 1. So 1 arrow squared is here. 1078 divided by 22 is 49. So arrow squared is equals 49. But look at something. We are not looking for arrow squared. They did not say we should find the square of the radius. They said find radius, meaning find only arrow, don't square it. How do we find arrow alone from square? To remove square, you find square root. To remove cube root, to remove cube, you find cube root. That is how we roll. Now, remember, in equation, what happens to one side should also happen to the other side, which means since we found the square root of this place, we should also find the square root of here. Square root, we cancel square. Why? Arrow square, square root is the same thing as square root is the same thing as raised to the power of 1 over 2. This is the same thing as arrow squared raised to the power of 1 over 2. 2 times 1 over 2 is 2 over 2, which is 1. So arrow remains. The square root of 49 is 7. Why? 7 times 7 is equal to 49. So that gives us the radius of a circle whose area is 154 centimeters squared. As a matter of fact, you can confirm whether your answer is correct. You can say A is equals pi arrow squared 22 over 7 times 7 squared. If this gives you 154, then the area is correct. Also, the radius we got is correct. We've answered this question. Let's see the next question. Calculate the volume of a cuboid 6 centimeter long, 3 centimeter wide, and 2 centimeter wide. Cuboid. What is the volume of a cube or cuboid? The volume is simply equals length times breadth times height. That is the volume of a cuboid. We are given the length or how long it is to be 6 centimeter. So long or length or L is equal 6 centimeter. 3 centimeter wide. So wide or width or breadth or B is equals 3 centimeter. And it says 2 centimeter high. So high or height or H is equals 2 centimeter. From here we can calculate the volume. So volume is simply equals L is L here, 6 times breadth B 3 times H height H 2. V is simply equals 6 times 3 is 18. 18 times 2, that should give you 36. 36 centimeter cube. That is the unit of volume. So option D is the correct option. The volume of a cuboid 6 centimeter long, 3 centimeter wide, and 2 centimeter high is 36 centimeter cube. I love this type of questions. It is a very interesting question. You are given a shape and it says find the area of the trapezium below. Now the area of a trapezium is simply half sum of parallel sides times height. That is the area of trapezium. But me looking at this question, I want to find the area of trapezium. Look at something. you are given something like this here, which means this is a right angled triangle, and you have 8 centimeter, you have 10 centimeter, you have E, you have A, you have D, you have B, you have C, you have 13 centimeter. That should be all for now. If you give me something like this and ask me to find the area, so long it's a shape, there are so many ways to find the areas of shape. To me, this is the same thing as this and this. This is a rectangle. This is a triangle. In this triangle, I have 10 centimeter as the hypotenuse. I have 8 centimeter here. In this one, I have 13 centimeter. Remember, the area of a rectangle is length times breadth. So which means if I have breadth here, I can get this area. This is a triangle. The area of a triangle, A, is equals half base times height. I have base, which means if I can get height, I'll be able to find this area. When you add these two shapes, you get the area of this shape, or the area of trapezium. This is the method we shall use. But if you choose to use the area of a trapezium is equals half sum of parallel side times height. What does parallel side mean? The parallel sides are here, here to here, and here to here. If you're able to get this length and this length, add them to give you the parallel sides. What is the height? The height is from here to here. If this are our solvings, we'll be able to get the parallel sides. We'll also be able to get the height. Then I'll just substitute it there. You see that we are going to arrive at the same answer. From here, how do we get height? This is a right angled triangle. Pythagoras theory states that h squared is equals O squared plus A squared, meaning the square of the hypotenuse is equals the square of the opposite plus the square of the adjacent. Now, the square of the hypotenuse, this is H, this is A, and this is O, is 100 squared equals opposite square we don't have, you can call it S or O squared, plus adjacent is 8 centimeter, 8 squared. This is 10 squared rather. 10 squared is 100, is equals O squared plus 8 squared, that should give you 64. O squared is equals 100 minus 64. O squared is equals 36. Now, to get O, we look for the square roots of both sides. So O is equals the square root of 36, which is 6. Now, the height is equals 6. From here, area is equals half times base is 8 times height is 6. How about this? We have the length, we are looking for the height or the breadth. So this height is the same thing as the height here. Since we got here to be 6, here is also 6. And the area A is length 13 times 6. And 13 times 6 is 6 times 3 is 18, carry 1. 6 times 1, 6 plus 1, 7, 78. So area here is equals 78 centimeter squared. The total area is this plus this to give you 78, 24. 8 plus 4, 12, carry 1. 7 plus 2, 9, plus 1, 10. So this is 102 centimeter squared. Let's see if that is in the option. Yes, and it is the correct option. If you don't choose to use this method, you can use the direct method. Area of a trapezium is half sum of parallel sides times height. So area here is equals 1 over 2. Sum of parallel sides, the side here is 13. 13 plus here, since from here to here is 8 and here is 13, it means the full parallel side is 8 plus 13. This should give you equals 21. So B is 21. 21 times height, which means you still have to look for height. In the process, we got height to be 6 using Pythagoras theorem. So times 6, this will give you equals 102 centimeter squared. Any method you choose to use, you get the area. We've answered this question. Welcome back and thank you for watching this episode of the series. Feel free to check out the other episodes. Subscribe so you don't miss out any video, and feel free to tell your friends about this. Thank you.